Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. This is a bracelet that I made for myself like a couple of years back. Um, and I really like this bracelet and I would like to wear it with the um, all 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 color combination works for this. It's a pink and it has some orange, little bit orange. It has bronze, it has gold, and there is even black metal here. So there is a lot of factors in this bracelet, and I want to recreate this bracelet with a different color palette. So this is the bracelet that I want to um, replicate. This was an inspiration from Pinterest. So I have pulled out a lot of beads that coordinates to me. So these are the ones that I came up with. The first thing that I wanted to let you guys know is the dangles. See here, I have a couple of dangles here with gold, with the bronze, with the teardrop, and this. So, and then I have joined all the three strands to a decorated closed jump ring here, and the same way here, and I have attached a lobster claw clasp to it, and then this comes and attaches like this here. So I really like this bracelet a lot, and it is, as you can see, it's not of an even strand. The center one is smaller than the outer two ones because I want to accommodate this big beads because it doesn't sit very well. So, and then it is a 3-strand bracelet and it comes like this. So all you need to aim is when you put it like this, it has to go and fit perfectly on your wrist. So there is a lot of beads in this bracelet. There is glass pearls, there is agate gemstone oval beads, there is check glass leaf and teardrop crystals, roundels, nugget beads, and this melon gold tone bead, and these are cherry quartz and spacer beads, and these are black metals and pearls, and a lot of color, a little bit of a nugget, and this one is rhodochrosite. I believe these are 8 millimeter gemstones, and a lot of bead caps and flower beads and stuff like that. So it's like you can think of it as like a mixture of everything together. So the color palette that I'm going is, as you can see, yellow and gray, and I added this big pearl because I really like the color of the pearl and I think it goes well with the color. And then I have these two I didn't have small jump rings, so I pulled out these decorated jump rings that I'm going to add in either side of the bracelet, and that accumulates some space I need to account for. So I have pulled out several bead caps and different spacer beads, and this one also. So I'm just going to mix everything together, but these are all done by 20 gauge wire, as you can see. I have used here some antique brass 20 gauge wire, and for this I'm gonna use silver wire. So I'm gonna use 20 gauge or 18 gauge silver wire, both is fine. We are just making wrap, we are not making wrap loop, we are making simple loops. So I would prefer to use 18 gauge rather than 20 gauge because it is stable than the other one. But you can also use any kind of um, I was also thinking of using this black one, but it'll be way too contrast for the design per se. So you can use any wire you want. I want to use this 18 gauge silver wire from Para Wire. So this is the one I'm going to use. And these are the beads I have pulled out. Let's have some fun together. It's going to be really a long decision to make. I have pulled several beads and I have been working on it for past an hour or two. So it's an exciting project, and I really love that bracelet. So I have worn several times and I really like them a lot. And the tools wise, you need some round nose pliers, bent nose or chain nose pliers, tweezer nose pliers also I have here, and some wire cutters. And of course, if you want to straighten your wire, you need your nylon jaw pliers. I feel nylon jaw pliers is a material of what you, if you are working with wire, you do need nylon jaw pliers. But if I'm looking at it, I'm thinking if I make it with 18 gauge, it's still a bit thicker. I would prefer 20 gauge. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think 20 gauge should be good enough. I'm going to use 20 gauge parawire, the same company that I bought online, but you can also buy this parawire on amazon.com or Fire Mountain and Gems also, uh, if you want a smaller spool. So I'm gonna use 20 gauge wire. I think this will be much more enough for the basic look that we are making. You can also use 22. I wouldn't go for 24. If you are using 24, then you can go for wrap loops. But this particular one, so first we will create the pearl. So I'm going to basically follow this bracelet right here. So I have a sample here, and then this is the first one that I'm going to make. As you can see, the bead caps here is a little bit bigger, but I'm having a smaller bead cap, and so I am going to add something small to that. Let's see, we can add this. That way we will cover that place. Okay, all you need to do is, so you can you know, you need to flush cut the ends. This end is tapering, so I'm going to flush cut it, and be sure that you catch hold of it. So I just eyeball it and then take my pliers and bend it about 1 centimeter or so, and then you can mark your round nose pliers so that you get your loops on the same size rather than, you know, different size. So here I have my loop. So my loop comes and ends here, so I am going to bend it this eye so that my loop comes and ends here. So now I'm just going to snip off again the same distance and take my round nose pliers and see, and take my pliers and make my loop. Adjust your loop, tweak it a little bit so that your loop sits right on top. Just make sure everything is nice and straight. And this is what I have. So one dangle is ready. It became rather a big one rather than a small one, but that's okay. So some things will be different. Okay, this one's actually coming that side, so these ones, okay, I'm gonna put it this way so that, yes, okay, that one comes here. Next, this one is a 6 millimeter and this one is an 8 millimeter. So still I'm thinking about whether to use that or not. So we shall do the other tangles that we have, which I am sure that I'm going to use. So let's see. Flush cut the ends. And then I'm gonna do, what should I do? I'll do these 3 pearls. That's so simple. So I'm just going to put it here, take my pliers and bend it to 90 degrees. Take my round nose pliers and make a loop. There we go. Make sure your loop is on the straight and then bend it right here. I work with a spool. If you're not comfortable, you can actually cut yourself 1.5 inches or so, and then work with it. There we go. One dangle is ready. Now the next one. So it's a simple loop. With simple loop you can build an awesome bracelet is all I am saying. So here we go. You can also do it this way. You can make your loop and then go ahead and twist it so that it's on the center, and then you can do this and then bend the wire to 90 degrees, snip off the wire, take your round nose pliers and make the loop. There we go. One more loop. Oops. Just pull out some. Straighten it with your nylon jaw pliers. Snip off the tip. Okay. Take your bead. Make your loop. Go ahead, straighten your loop. Add the bead. You can also bend it like this to 90 degrees and snip it off. So when I'm making a loop, I should not feel the wire in between my mandrel. So I just keep it a little bit on the further side of the round nose plier. I start my loop and then I kind of eyeball it and go towards the tip and then close it. This is how I make my loop, and I can tweak it to adjust so it comes out perfectly. So here we go. So, and we can join these three. So this is how I'm going to slowly build up the entire thing with some beads, bead caps. You can use any materials you want, any color combination you want. In this I have used a little bit of a peachy pink pearl, like very subtle. It's not white or cream. And I have used this triangle beads which I'm going to use, and I'm just going to use these bead caps and variety of bead spacer beads that I have. And then I'm going to use this teardrop right here, and then this leaf bead, the check glass leaf bead that I have, and this triangle. This is labradorite. These are as well, so I'm incorporating that in here. Some cat's eye gemstone, some crystal faceted disco flat bead, and some bicones. And this one is a different bicone, like a toasted bicone kind of. I have a strand of those. So you can use any material you want. I guess you get an idea. Let me make the loops and then come back. Hi friends, welcome back. I have finished making all the connections. So I have made simple loops and I'm ready to put the bracelet together. So this is our simple bracelet, and we have to create the dangles that goes on the ring over here. There is a couple of them that you can make. So I have still some teardrops, some beads which I'm going to make dangles with. I have here some head pins. You can use any head pins you want. I'm using ball head pins, and I tried this, but this is a little bit small. If you want to make a small one, you can do it, but I would like to make bigger ones. So the first one I'm going to make is a roundel and this bead right here. I have used this bead here and I really like it. So as you see, the roundel is not fitting properly, so I'm just going to go ahead and this seems to be good. And I'm just going to keep my round nose pliers right on top of all the beads, bend it to 90 degrees, and I'm going to make a wrap loop. And I'm making this loop rather a little bit bigger because it has to go through this ring. This ring is pretty heavy and it's not thin, it's a little bit on the wider side, so I want my loop to accommodate that. And then I'm just going to wrap it. And you can either snip off this excess wire, and if there is a tail, you can go ahead and tuck in. There we go. We have one of our dangles. It's better to put our dangles in a loop which is basic loop or in a jump ring and then add, but this ring is rather heavy. And then the next dangle I'm gonna make is I'm gonna take this bead, the yellow bead, and I'm gonna put this is a rhinestone spacer bead that I used here, over here, and one over here and one over here. So I have used these. I'm sorry, the brightness is very low. Now it's fine. There we go. And then I'm gonna put this bicone on top, and I really like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to make a big loop. Oops. Okay. Then I'm just going to insert this ring inside the loop. I'm just going to tuck in the tail. Going to trim off a little bit and then tuck in the tail. And this moves a little bit freely. And then I'm just going to take this head pin because that one is somehow springy in my opinion. So this one should be good enough. Even though it's not a ball head pin, but still, I think this one should be good. Let's see. 2 dangles are done. And I don't need jump ring to attach this this one right here. Let me see if this jump ring fits that, or else we can make It doesn't fit obviously, so we can make something with the wire. So for this I will take 24 gauge wire. Take about 2 to 2.5 inches. That should be good enough. And then this is a bracelet, so the hole is sideways on the top. It's top drilled, so I just eyeball it, and this is the I'm leaving a long length and a short length, and I'm bringing this together like a V, and then I'm pinching it at the start just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend the short wire and then wrap it around the long wire just like that. So 2 wraps is good enough, and you can snip off the excess wire. And tucking in the tail. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something on the top. So let's see, this one will look good now, and this one. No, how about this one? This one looks good, so that will be another dangle, I guess. Okay, now take your round nose pliers, keep it on top, and then bend it to right angle 90 degrees, and then make a loop like that. Bring it, wrap it, come back, and you can wrap it around the silver bead and the bracelet top just like that. I'm just bringing it because it's wobbling all around, so I just want to bring this wire down and wrap it. That way it will stabilize that a bit, is my opinion. There we go, and my dangle is ready. And as usual, I forgot to add it. That's okay. I have my jump ring to add this dangle. To this ring. I'm taking my bent nose pliers to close my jump ring. Jump ring will create a lot of movements, and I like this dangles. This is for one side, and we should do for the other side. We just should connect this ring with the jump ring to the lobster claw clasp. We need a lobster claw clasp matching for that. There we go. And then some jump rings to connect that. So when you open the jump ring, you go back and forth. Open the jump ring, add the lobster claw clasp to it, and this heavy ring to that jump ring, and then close it. There we go. Ours is ready out there. All we need to do is now connect all these things to form a bracelet. Now if you want to connect this ring to all of these, you can do so. We can start that way. I can open up a loop and add it to the jump ring if it goes, but it doesn't. So what you can do is you can add, I want to close this loop shut, open up a jump ring, okay, and add this, this, and this, and then actually it'll be too much. I would think that I will add just one and add it to the ring. That way it will create a lot of movement and it won't be stiff anymore. You can also have a bigger jump ring and add it to this and this. That would also work, but I like this kind of a movement. It's really, really nice. And as you can see, it's nicely moving around the ring, which I do want it. And now I will connect the entire thing and then join this to this part. And I will open this up. Connect it to this. And close it. And then open this loop up. Connect it to the next dangle that we created. That's why I laid it down in a line so that it's easy for me to follow the pattern instead of messing it up. And this one, and close it. Open this one up, add the next one on the line, and then close it. Okay, open that one up, and then the pearl, and close them. The next pearl, and I'm closing. So we are basically connecting all the loops like how we would do a rosary chain. See how I connected everything, and all I need to add is this one to our dangle here. So one strand is completely attached to my ring here. I'm gonna do the two other strands, and then I'm gonna join this loop to this end, and I'm gonna meet you guys back.